So hello everybody.
Hi.
I'm Ian. I'm with the European Blockchain Association, along with Cliff, my partner, and our primary job is to connect projects in Asia with capital. Usually projects in Europe with Asian capital, but today it's the other way around. So we're very happy to do that. Myself, I've been in computers for 45 years, since punch tape time, and I've seen many changes, but the blockchain is a very exciting development, and I'm happy to be involved in it. Okay. Cliff, to you.
Right, I'm Cliff, and I'm a colleague with Ian. I'm based in London. I'm a software developer, and I really like blockchain since I discovered how it works and what the future it may bring. So that's why Ian and I started this adventure of European Blockchain Association, and our aim is to bringing top quality projects to investors. So like Ian said, normally this is a project from Europe to investors in Asia, but recently we've been working with people from Mid East, like Dubai, and now today we're bringing a Chinese good project, and hopefully we'll find some London investors.
Thank you, Cliff. Henri, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. Can I introduce myself? Use Chinese?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I can translate for you.
Okay, thank you. 我是 ARP 协议的 CEO。我们是希望在国内的时候，我们是在迅雷拥有很多年的这个研发的经验。我们是希望说现在通过区块链将共享经济结合起来，能够在智能设备价值方面有一个新的一些思路。目前我们也是在寻求一些海外的一些投资者，希望能够一起合作。
Okay, and so Henri just said he's from China and he used to work for Thunder or Xunlei, which is the Chinese BitTorrent. It's very famous in China, and it's the largest BitTorrent client globally. And so in China, if you talk about downloading something from P2P network, then Thunder or Xunlei is the word. A bit like if you do a search, it's Google. You know, Google is the company, but it's also the word for searching. And now they are doing ARP Protocol, and this is his own startup. He's the CEO, and they are using the blockchain together with the technology and knowledge they learned from Thunder to build something truly valuable for shared economy, so that you can use share the power of rendering power of smart devices. And currently, they're also looking for investors in overseas market, trying to establish partnerships.
Okay, thank you very much, Henri. Thank you, Cliff. And the fourth member of our panel this morning is Jay, who's talking to us from Los Angeles, and he comes from a project called Loopring, a famous project. Jay, could you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah. So I'm Jay, CMO at Loopring. So we are trying to build up a decentralized exchange protocol that enable people to build up a decentralized exchange on the top of its own wallet. So before we start our Loopring project, we almost concluded another centralized exchange So we received another fund from VC funders, and they asked them to build up a centralized exchange.
Okay.
But instead, we found another downside, and we found a market on decentralized exchange. So we think it's going to be huge for developing a decentralized exchange and also a decentralized DEX protocol. And me personally, I also initiate compliance regulation team at PayPal back in 2012 while I was still working at PayPal. And also I was a freelancer desk and a lot of Bitcoin crypto publications. So at the moment, for me right now, I pretty much spend half of my time in United States and half of my time traveling around. I do have a plan to go to UK and Europe by the end of this year.
Oh, great! Yeah, we should meet when you come to London.
Yeah,
definitely. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay.
Okay. So today, our meeting today is to briefly show our investors in London the project and its importance, so that we can excite them and get them to invest in the project. So that is the point today. They can read the white paper, but we want to try and get a little bit more from Henri and Jay to give them some insights into the company. So my first question today is for Henri. So ARP rendering power, I'd never heard of that before, and reading through the white paper and seeing the demos, very exciting. Could you briefly explain, in Chinese is fine because we have Cliff, what ARP rendering power, ARP, is and why it's important?
OK，其实 ARP 的资源在过去智能设备里面是一直存在的，只是大家没有想到有好的办法可以将它利用起来。
OK，
你是先翻译吧，要不然我这样还是一套。
你可以再说一段时，然后我再。
OK， 好，就是由于它是一直存在的，比如说在现实生活中，我们向别人借一台智能设备，比如借笔记本电脑的时候，实质上我们不是在借这台机器，我们是借这台电脑能够去运行应用的能力。比如我借你的电脑去上网，那就是打开 Chrome 的浏览器的能力。我用你的这个电脑去玩游戏，那就是运行游戏的这个能力。所以它这个ARP 的资源是一直存在的，只是大家过去没有很好的办法可以通过网络去将它共享出来。
Okay, let me translate and correct me if I'm wrong. So Henri just said ARP, which stands for App Rendering Power, has been in existence for a long time, but it was hard to share. So he gave some examples, such as if I use your laptop, your computer, to browse the internet, I'm using your Chrome or your Firefox or IE. And if I'm using your computer for word processing, maybe I'm using your Word, or or if I'm playing games using your machine, again I'm using resources on your machine. But there wasn't a really good way to share this resource on the internet across the network. So I just want to stress that, Henri, when we talk about app rendering power, we're not talking about processing power, because the processing power is more kind of, you've seen lots of projects doing that, but app rendering power is not processing power. It's the ability to use the entire how to say, the not just processing but also maybe GPU and also other resources on a computer, so that environment to render the whole application so that you can use you can have the same experience on a different machine basically.
所以我们有自己非常独特的技术，可以将用户的 ARP 资源共享出来。共享出来之后，就可以解决目前2个大的问题。第一个就是全球范围内闲置的智能设备再利用的问题，比如各种各样的闲置手机、闲置的电脑，然后闲置的路由器啊等等，这些智能设备可以再次被使用，可以保护目前这种环境。第二个就是说 APP 的轻量化问题，就像谷歌的 Instant App 即时应用这种，或者是微信的小程序，可以像过去我们看电影一样，必须要先下载再看，而转化成直接在线看电影。那未来所有的应用也会轻量化，直接不用下载、不用安装就可以去用。
Fantastic. So Henry just said that they have the technology to make ARP shareable, so you can use other people's computer on the internet seamlessly. And so the ARP protocol will solve 2 problems. First one, it will make smart devices shareable. So there are so many smart devices and they're not used all the time. So if they are shareable, then we can the resources can be utilized better, and there will be more environmental, less waste of resource. And secondly, this will solve the problem of making apps lighter, which means you don't need to install the application on your device. You can just use it from other people's. So you don't need it won't occupy your disk space, and also it will not. You can use the processing power or the GPU, etc. elsewhere. And so there are some other examples of light applications, such as Google's Instant app, and there's also the small app from WeChat. And so this is going to be the future. So such as, in the past, when we watch a film, we need to download from the internet. But nowadays, we don't need to download it. It can be just streamed. And so similarly, in future, using ARP, we can stream an application rather than having to run it locally on your machine.
Okay, thank you, Henry. So 2 things here excited me. The first is my wife produces video films of premieres in London.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of video rendering. And video rendering takes 3 or 4 times real time to do. And I often thought there must be a better way to do this. And it looks like you guys have come up with a way to harness a huge network of computers to do that. So that's good. And the second thing is, I understand I can make money out of this, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you explain that to Cliff? The money making.
The money making.
OK， 是这样子，就是用户通过将他的智能设备共享出来之后，我们会对他做一个登记。那登记了之后，它就有点类似挖矿的这种概念。那通过我们的 ARP 协议，未来会有人去使用这个 ARP 的资源，所以我们 ARP 协议有点类似一个交易的协议。那买方就是使用方，通过 ARP 协议去向卖方，就是智能设备的共享方去购买它的这个 ARP 的资源。 之后将所有的结果会存储在区块链上，供所有人去验证。
Okay, that's great. So, yeah, so ARP, with ARP, you can register your smart devices, and then there'll be people who are a bit like miners. They can help the users of that resource to find the resource providers.
Okay.
And so in a way, ARP protocol it'll work like a marketplace, and the result of linking the user to the provider is and the usage of the resources are stored on the blockchain, so it's immutable and traceable. 我这样说对吗 ，Henry？你觉得
对，差不多。
？Okay, thank you.
所以我们这里面会有一个，也会有一个像录音一样那种匹配撮合的这种矿工角色，他会去将买方和卖方的需求做匹配。
Okay, so yeah, so they like Loopring, they have a someone like miners in the ecosystem where they will match the resource provider to the resource user or consumer.
Okay, like a broker.
Yeah, like a broker. Henry 就像一个中间人那样子。
对，没错。
Okay, good. So good. You're creating a complete ecosystem and a complete economy with end to end. Very good. Okay. Okay. Moving on a little, Henry. Could you tell us about the team and the consultants and the advisors and perhaps the early investors? Your team, please.
Okay. 首先我本人是在迅雷非常多年，然后我是当初负责迅雷的迅雷看看，一个类似优酷或优兔的这么一个视频网站，负责它的网页端、客户端和移动端，就手机端，然后做过千万级用户的这种产品，所以在社区在产品还有在这个运营方面都比较有经验，并且很早的时候大概15年左右就接触区块链，然后并且同时之前做过录音这边社区的一个负责人，同时我团队里面的 CTO 他是迅雷的研发总监，是非常资深的，在迅雷是10年以上的技术型的专家，迅雷早期的像 P2P 的这种系统架构，像 CDN 的开发，像音视频的编解码，他都是参与的非常深，而且在这方面有非常多的这个研发的经验。总体而言，我们整个团队有2个非常明显的优势。第一是团队非常的稳定，就像录音协一样，我们基本所有人平均的共事时间都超过5年以上，所以大家彼此之间非常的熟悉，非常了解。第二就是团队之间运营、市场还有研发都是互相补充，分工非常明确。而且我们团队80%是研发人员，然后所以在技术方面的积累是非常的深。
Okay, thank you. Let me translate. So, yeah, they have a fantastic team. So, to start with, Henri, he's the CEO, and he was a senior product manager from Thunder or Xunlei, and he used to work on a product called Kankan, which is a video streaming website like YouTube. And they have more than 10 million users, and the product covered everything like user client and mobile client and web client. And he's also a very early adopter of the blockchain, and also he has served as a community manager for Loopring, and And secondly, let's talk about their CTO. And CTO is a very experienced expert, and again from Thunder. He was a development director of Thunder, and he knows really well about P2P architecture. And he's got over 10 years of experience in P2P and video and audio encoding, decoding, and etc. And lots of experience in team management. So thirdly, about the broader team, they've got two big advantages. And first one is they have a really stable team, and they have 12 people, and they have worked with each other for over 5 years. So they know each other really well. They collectively, they're very good at teamwork, and it's a great team. And secondly, they have different expertise on the team. So they've got all kinds of expertise from development to operations, and so they work together really well. And it's worth mentioning they've got 80% of devs on the team.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Henry. Everybody, I think you noticed we have Jay on our conference today. Jay's from a project called Loopring. So might I ask, Henry, what's your relationship with Loopring?
OK，事实上，像录印的 CO 他是我们的顾问，像我们之前在前期准备的时候，录印的 CEO 王东给了我们非常多的技术方面的指导，然后包括这前段时间回国这边，然后他也一起在我们的录印方面给了我们一些指导。我们跟录印的关系，首先是一个深度的战略合作关系。录印基金会为 ARP 协议提供技术、运营、市场等等多方面的指导和协助。未来的话 ，ARP 协议也会深度集成录印协议，会探索在第三方服务领域 BB 交易的潜在可能。举个简单的例子，就是现在大多数的区块链项目都需要去使用本项目的代币才能去购买指定的服务。我们认为这是一个用户体验非常差的不合理的要求。随着区块链的发展，这个要求这种糟糕的体验一定会被取代掉。所以我们希望通过率先集成录印协议，去探索可以支持任何代币都可以购买 ARP 资源服务的可能，然后在最底层的结算端，通过录印协议的 BB 交换，去完成把它交易成 ARP 代币的这种模式，从而提高用户体验。换句话说，用户就不再需要考虑他手上必须要拿着某一个指定的代币才能去买某个指定的服务，而是任何的代币都可以去买服务。
Great. So let me translate. So Henry just said that Loopring is their strategic partner, and they've received a lot of help from Loopring, from both the CEO Daniel and COO Johnston Chen. And so COO Johnston Chen is also the advisor for ARP, and so they have received a lot of help from the very beginning of ARP. So they are strategic partners. From ARP aims to ARP has seen a problem in a lot of other blockchain and cryptocurrency projects where in your ecosystem you have to use your own coin or your own token, which is not great for user experience. So let's say if you're in ARP, if you can only pay the service using ARP, maybe you will not have so many users. So they are aiming to give the user the choice to use all other popular cryptocurrencies. To be able to do that, they will integrate with the Loopring. As we know, Loopring is a decentralized exchange, so that they, by using Loopring, they will solve this problem really nicely.
Okay.
我再补充一下我们的 OK， 我再补充一下我们的团队顾问刚刚有提到录印协议的 COO 陈小亮先生是我们的顾问，同时我们顾问还有之前许多互联网的一些高管，比如像一个叫刘峰，他是原来迅雷的 COO， 然后现在是之前百度文学的 CEO， 他也是迅雷的早期的几个创始人之一，然后他会为我们提供整个公司管理，然后运营和市场营销方面的这个经验。还有一个顾问叫金辉，他是迅雷原来的高级副总裁，基本上也是属于在迅雷10年以上的老人，他会为我们未来对接很多的这种线下和线上的这种媒体的资源。还有一个彭英军，他也是迅雷看看的老人，他是曾经带领过运营团队完成0用户到1000万级用户的增长，所以他未来会在整个社区方面会给我们非常多的支援和帮助。另外一个就是甘楠楠，然后他是原来迅雷看看的技术 VP， 也是在迅雷10年以上，他研发经验非常非常的丰富，他会像和那个录音的王东一样，会在整个区块链的技术以及这个APP streaming 的这个技术方面会给我们非常多的指导和资源的帮助。
OK， 好，我来翻译。So Ian, Henri just said a little bit more about their advisors team. So again, they have a all-star advisor team, and so we've already mentioned Johnston Chen.
Yeah.
He's the COO of Loopring. He's also advisor for ARP, and another advisor they have is called Liu Feng, and he is the former COO of Thunder, and also he's the CEO of Baidu Literature. And so you may know Baidu, which is the Chinese Google. So Baidu Literature is, I guess, a bit like a Google Books, but probably more than just having other people's books, but also, you know, you create your creative content in there as well. And so Liu Feng, he's also from Thunder. He was actually one of the co-founders of Thunder. So you can imagine he's got so much experience and resources in the industry. And then they've got Jin Hui, who is also a senior VP from Thunder, and he worked on Kankan, the video streaming platform. And then they've got another person, Peng Yingjun, and is the product director of Thunder. He had more than 10 years experience working with Thunder, and he was really great in creating the user base, literally from 0 to more than 10 million. And lastly, they have Gan Nanan, which is another VP from Thunder, and is this one a technical person, isn't it? 这是个技术总监，对吧？
对对对。
Yeah, he's he's really he's a technical director. He's got all this experience in P2P, video, gaming, wireless, and yeah, and cloud computing. So yeah.
So Jade, can you share with us what gave you confidence?
Sure. So Henry's team is very technical oriented, have very strong technique background and knowledge. Just we see a lot of we see massive potential from his team, and that's why we spend a lot of time. We invest time, and also we help them to we consult the team and help them to do marketing, because we think they do have from a the strength is technology, but they might have also downside from like marketing and operations. So we help their team to do the marketing and operation part. And also because we get into this industry in a very early time, so we can share a lot of experience with them and to help them or make sure and they succeed.
And in the future, is there some synergy between your two companies?
Yes, plan. We do have a plan. As Henry just mentioned, that they're highly possible going to use our relay system. So once we complete our relay, and we will let them to try it out first.
Okay, and while we've got you on, are there any news or updates from Loopring you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, we actually have a lot of exciting news coming up.
Oh.
So by the end of this month, actually today, we just deploy our protocol 1.5,
okay.
and which enable people to which we optimize using trading experience, and also next month we will launch our web-based wallet Looper. That we will have a huge press conference to the community that we will announce this great news, and also from a investing perspective, that we are happy to see more people to join our liquidity pool that and be a part of. Because for traditional mechanism, it's like make and take, but for Loopring, they're all equal. So anyone who can help our liquidity pool to anyone who join our liquidity pool that can either make or take a side. So just simply by installing a Loopring relay software.
So excellent, and you heard it here first, everyone. Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to go back to Henri. Henri,
okay.
Are there any partnerships that you still need to form? Are there any important partnerships that you need to create?
他是说那个后面
对哪些合作伙伴，还有关新的合作伙伴，你们要就是
是指那个投融资还是说产品方面的合作伙伴？
都可以，只要是跟你们的这个项目的有哪些重要的合作伙伴，你
好比如
透露的，对，
好首先就是因为我们作为一个基础的协议，我们目前在跟很多的第三方的这种开发者、服务者去在洽谈，未来我们计划会在10月份，今年的10月份正式对外公测我们的 ARP 协议。那我们现在在谈的其中有一家比较大的，就是中国的一家手机公司叫 OPPO。那这家公司它未来有可能会在它的这个现在的广告系统里面去集成我们的 ARP 协议，从而为他们带来类似像目前谷歌将 Instant App 集成在它的 Google Play 里面的这种效果一样，可以让用户在它的这个游戏分发的时候可以不用下载、不用安装，点开就直接去体验游戏。这是跟 OPPO 方面在 未来集成 ARP 协议方面的合作。OPPO 是国内出货量应该是第2大的一家手机厂商，它是每个月是1000万级的一个出货量。那另外一个，我们也跟区块链方面的一些公司在合作，比如有一家叫沃尔顿的，它是做那个物联网，因为我们将用户的共享设备、智能设备共享出来，实质上也是涉及到了一些物联网的东西，所以我们在跟他目前在沟通探索就是如何双方在这种物联网的智能设备的识别方面做一些合作。同时沃尔顿也是我们的那个投资方之一，沃尔顿基金，对。
OK。
然后其他一些很多机构也目前也在陆续在谈着，我们计划会在6月份之前先做一些社区上的建设，之后会做这种协议生态方面的建设。
Okay, great. Let me translate this. So very exciting. They have some very good partners. The first one is OPPO. OPPO is the second largest mobile phone manufacturer in China, and so for people here in the UK, if they haven't heard of OPPO, they must have heard of OnePlus. And OnePlus is the CEO of OnePlus is a former manager from OPPO, and they still have a really strong relationship with each other. So basically, the OnePlus phones are usually just following the OPPO phones, basically. And so OPPO is the second largest manufacturer in China. They produce more than 10 million phones. And sorry, Henry, is that monthly or yearly? 一年还是一个月1000万？
之前说是月出货量，具体数据我不太了解，反正它可能
Yeah, so more like monthly, 10 million monthly, and so it's huge. And so because ARP protocol is about sharing resources, the mobile phone is one of the most important ones. So their partnership will basically bring out something that from OPPO, they will get ARP pre-installed, so the users can use an ARP to get access to more resources on the internet, basically. And so actually one little thing I need to mention about this sharing resource from what I read in the white paper, basically compared with the Google Instant app, and for developers, so because this is for developers, and so the developers don't need to do extra work to get their application run on ARP. And whereas if you're doing Google Instant app, you need to do more work to make it runnable. So secondly, they have another partnership with an IoT company called Walton. So again, and IoT is a really hot area, and having a strategic partnership there will make ARP protocol truly successful. Walton Foundation is a Walton Foundation, and is also a investor of ARP protocol.
Okay, that's very impressive indeed. So thank you very much, Henry. A question for Jay, if you don't mind. Could you tell us a little bit about the Loopring ecosystem and the kind of the philosophy behind it?
Regarding Loopring ecosystem, so we are trying to bring more partners, not just individually, and also from institution partners, as well as project-based like ARP and other projects that who can potentially use Loopring protocol and to incentivize the investors or users. So we will help them to grow and to develop from all perspective, not just technique and also marketing and operation.
Okay. And is Henri's company, are they an important part of your plan, your ecosystem?
Yeah, we will try to help them as much as possible.
Okay, very much appreciated. So, those are the questions I had to clarify to our listeners today. I wanted to try and keep the conference to 45 minutes to an hour, and we're about at that time now. So we're going to try and wind it up. So first of all, Cliff, do you have any other points that we haven't covered?
No, I think we've covered.
No.
How do you think, Henri? Is there anything you want to talk about? Anything more?
No, I think it's all covered.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, and Jay?
How about Jay?
Oh, sorry. And Jay?
Jay?
You have anything, any other last points?
Not much, but there's one thing I want to input is because we are trying to expand and get massive exposure from Euro community. So if there's anything you guys think we can collaborate, please let me know, and I would like to discuss further.
Oh, okay, great. Maybe we can do another interview with you one day as well. So thank you.
Sure.
Gentlemen, very much appreciated. Thank you for giving your time, and a big thank you. And we wish your funding round success, and goodbye from the European blockchain. Thank you, everybody.